What happens when you trap one of the ocean's most intelligent creatures in silence for decades? This is the story of Kiska, the orca who outlived every companion she ever had and may have spent her final years trying to escape the only way she could. She was captured off the coast of Iceland in 1979, torn away from her wild pod at just around 3 years old. Sold to Marineland, a marine park in Ontario, Canada, Kiska would remain there for over 40 years, never returning to the ocean she once knew. In her early years at Marineland, Kiska was housed with other orcas, including a male named Keiko, who would later gain fame as the star of Free Willy. Over time, every companion Kiska had, including several of her own calves, died one by one. Left completely alone by 2011, she spent the final 12 years of her life in total isolation. Killer whales are social animals. In the wild, they travel in family pods that stay together for life. They communicate with clicks, whistles, and calls that scientists call dialects, like different languages for each family. Kiska had no one to talk to, no stimulation, just the sound of water pumps and applause. That eventually stopped, too. In 2021, this footage went viral. Kiska repeatedly banging her head against the concrete, over and over. While Marineland insisted it was play behavior, some called it a tantrum, others called it a breakdown, but animal behavior experts called it something else. Can an animal like Kiska truly want to die? The science is controversial, but there are documented cases of dolphins and whales refusing to eat, holding their breath, or slamming into tank walls until they suffer fatal injuries, just like the captive orca Hugo. Kiska may not have understood death like a human, but she showed every sign of psychological collapse. Kiska was also seen floating listlessly for hours at a time, displaying signs of depression and apathy. Without companionship, stimulation, or any natural environment, her mental and physical health visibly deteriorated. The public called for her relocation to a sea sanctuary, but no intervention came. Kiska died in March 2023 after over 40 years in captivity and over a decade in complete isolation. No orca has lived that long in total loneliness. Her death reignited global outrage, but it came too late. The tank is empty now, but for Kiska, it was always empty. If this was depression, if this was self-harm, then how many others are silently suffering in tanks around the world? What would we see if we looked closely enough? Like and share if Kiska's story moved you. And subscribe if you believe the ocean belongs to them, not to us.